Hello and good welcome to week 6 of Leapfrog. I'm going to assume that everybody is an old hand and knows exactly what's going on. And for this week, your commentary and hosting and herding of players and everything else is going to be just me. So hopefully everything will go according to plan, but if there's any issues, please just let me know in chat or in Discord or via any other means. Smoke signals maybe not, 'cause it's a bit too dark and I'm a bit too far away. But this is week 6 and we have had 4 off-stream sets already, and we have seen Ingvar not quite have enough gas in the tank to beat JP. Maisie lost to SamuraiPizzaKen, but Johnster beat Air and SUPA beat Paladin. And these two are important because all of this week's challenges are focused on the top 5 players. So if people win, there's going to be a lot of change at the top. If they lose, then SUPA will become number 1, and we all need to prevent that from happening, don't we? Alright, so let's get on with it. Let me collect our players and make sure they are all ready. Our first set is going to be SaltBadGuy versus Air. So these are 2 Scottish players, West Scotland even, if I'm going to narrow it down. I'm sure Air is in Glasgow, but SaltBadGuy might be just outside. And somehow, in the 6 weeks that we've had so far, they have not faced each other in this. So it's going to be an interesting... These two know each other, but I know nothing about how they know each other. So my commentary is going to be very, very odd, I think. I'm really looking forward to it. So SaltBadGuy is made up of 2 dogs, whilst Air is a Mars person. But they're both just wee kids. One is 27, the other's 26. Live close enough to each other, both started with KOF13. If you like how they play, want to give them a shout out on Twitter, please go and follow the 2 whilst the Bird app still exists. Assuming it doesn't fall over in the meantime. Alright, our players are ready, let's get going. And I can start some predictions.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
Alright. So this is SaltBadGuy's typical order. I don't think I've ever seen him deviate from King Rock Terry in that order. So it'll be interesting to see how the matchups go. So I think maybe Rock has a slightly easier time against Cooler than King does. Purely by the fact that Cooler's Reflect doesn't have as much impact on the matchup. But as I said, these 2 are both Scotland, and we have a lot of Scottish representation today. We have 5 players of our 10. Well, 10. There's 8 players because 2 people are playing twice. Are all Scottish. And that's great, because I love watching the Scottish play. They are strong, and some of my favourites. And in the time that I've been rambling to myself, and the predictions going up, Air has already taken King out of the picture. Sorry, I'm trying to do 100 different other things. Alright. Rock versus Kage, full health, almost even on meter. This looks like it's going to be a very close history. And in comes our Scottish commentary team with what looks like one of the newest copy pastas that I'm going to have to add to my screen. Alright. Alright, I've got to read this one, it's long. Thanks, Momoni, I like that one. I mean, I'd say Air is at least 4'4", but it's near enough. Alright, so Kage going into Terry. Looks like SaltBadGuy's gonna maybe even this one up, but he's way behind on the meter. Or gonna be a bit neutrally. Power waves, burn knuckles. But Air reads the jump with the iron trigger into the upkick. Not quite enough to kill. And Terry gets the trade into the win. This looks awfully close given that people have put all of their snickerdoodles on Air to win this. And nobody believes in SaltBadGuy. So those people that believe in Air can only lose. That's some real confidence instilling behaviour. Alright, it's very neutral, but Air with the anti-crack shoot EX tattoo into the win. That was hella reactions. Tell you why you can't react that speed. Oh, SaltBadGuy straight back in. I don't think we're going to see any change to his order. Maybe he feels more strongly than I do that King does better against Cooler than Rock does? Maybe it's player matchups, I have no idea at all. Oh, and Cooler is blessed. Lots of characters will really struggle to punish Tornado Kick from that range. But Cooler being one of the 6 gods that she is, just gets a far B. Oh, it all feels a little bit serious with how they're playing at the minute, just trying to feel each other out a bit still in these early matches. Oh no, wake up backdash. That is the death of King. All because he didn't want to just sit and block in the corner. I don't know if there's anything really to fear from Cooler there. She's got no real abusable overheads. Maybe just the pressure of her being Cooler was a bit too much. Alright, Cooler looks like she's going on a tear, trying to take out the entire SaltBadGuy team. But Rock says no. Alright, I sound like I've never commentated before, I'm just trying to do a million things all at once. It'll get better as we go along, I promise. Alright. Lots of respect shown to each other on Wake Up. Maybe they both have a habit to Wake Up DPs, not being used to the others. And thank you, Johnster, for resubscribing for Scotland's sake. And Frog Throat for the follow. All the Scotland. I'm all about it. Alright, Air in the similar position to last time. Slightly more health on the K-Dash and less meter. I think that's a fair trade-off. But he's got to be feeling quite comfortable going into carry with sort of this much of a life lead. Let's see if we can make it count. Thank you for redeeming Nico video. I hope everybody watching enjoys the 180p footage. Alright, and whilst that was happening and I couldn't actually see what was going on, Terry's on a bit of life support. K-Dash looking quite comfy, just chips him out with the iron trigger. Makes it 2-0 for Air. I wonder how sets between these two typically go in locals. Because obviously having not played for me, but having played each other quite a lot, there's got to be I wonder if one of them comes out ahead more often.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
So, SaltBadGuy still trying to go for the zony solution to Cooler. And immediately after I say that, he goes in, Cooler does a wake up DP, so he gets to go in even more. I think if I say what I don't want the players to do, then it'll immediately happen. I'll look stupid, but the matches will be kind of intense. And finally, with the change of speed of the Venom Strike, making Cooler whiff by going for it way too early. I need to be making clips of this for the replays, and I am not. Alright, first time we've seen King going into Kage. I think this one's got to feel better for SaltBadGuy than the Cooler matchup does. Just by virtue of Kage not being Cooler. Both just swinging the big kicks. And it was all bait. SaltBadGuy did it to bait Air into doing a down C and then hit him for it. Oh, that was too clean. I think maybe SaltBadGuy's been reading those SonicHurricane.com Footsie's handbook. But thrown out of line trigger. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. I'm seeing lots of new things teaching me more about the matchups, and I love it. Alright, so SaltBadGuy taking out Kage 2. Not much health for King, not going to get much back. But having two characters behind her to try and take out this Jenny is going to be quite advantageous. Not much meter. When King dies, you'll get another bar. Just try and hold off for as long as you can. Don't let Jenny get more meter. I think that was an excellent start to this match for SaltBadGuy. And Rock not looking to give Jenny much space to do much of anything. Just constant jump CDs into her face. Not an awful lot she can do it outside of EX Tattoo, I don't think. It's really interesting watching the player match in this one, having not seen them play before. They're both just trying to play to the other one's habits, and neither of them are falling into it. But it's looking not too bad for Air. He's got a life lead, he hasn't got that much time, but one combo can kill quickly, so long as he doesn't take too much more damage from Rock. And thrown out of a CD! SaltBadGuy is the king of throwing people out of moves. Oh, but just overextending with the far C. And a great guess on the fireball. Even if he loses this, you've got to think that this is very much in SaltBadGuy's favour right now.
Player 2 wins.
4 seconds, there'll be 150 health left. Gonna be 300-ish. This is gonna be real tough for Air to win this one. SaltBadGuy looking for the far D into Quick Max. Wonder if his focus is going to be too much on that one thing and Air can take advantage of it. Oh, this is tense. I'm thrown out of a throw attempt, and another throw takes it. I feel like SaltBadGuy is secretly a grappler player. Just didn't actually pick a full-on grappler.
ちょっと本気になりすぎたぜ。おい、大丈夫か？意識あるか？
Alright, 2-1. We got ourselves a set. And the way that last one went, you gotta wonder if Air's gonna be able to keep composure. Because it wasn't a bad match, it's just you lost Jenny to almost nothing but throws in the last round. That's gotta take a mental toll. And there we see it again. You can't be throwing out tornado kicks against Cooler. The far B into DP is a decent chunk of damage. And I really like SaltBadGuy's changing the different speeds on the Venom Strikes to try and bait out these reflects from Air. Sort of make him feel a bit uncomfortable about going for them to open up the fireball game itself. But he gets opened up himself by a 2B into Cooler building half a bar. Oh, moments of nothingness where they're both just watching, waiting for the other one to do something. I don't know how they can make nothing feel so tense. This one looks like it's going SaltBadGuy's way, and it does. The King is starting to get the upper hand against Cooler, when I wouldn't have expected it at all.
Stand your ground. Ready? Go!
And an accidental Blue Max from Air. Into an EX Iron trigger. Seems like he just got a little bit frustrated there, maybe? Maybe he just wanted to try and make use of the activation. It's put him quite a way behind on the meter scale. And apparently K-Dash's forward B is still throwable. He gets thrown out of that too.
Wins. Get burn to fight. Ready? Go!
I think SUPA in the chat has pointed out the thing I was making. It's the point I was making. It's that Air was playing very safely, very defensively. If you start to worry if you're doing that too much, it can set you off in the other direction and make you play a bit too raggo. I'm not sure if that's what we saw with the Blue Max or if it was the Blue Max syndrome of shit, all my EXs are free now. This is a good set so far. Really enjoying this one. SaltBadGuy with Rock going into Jenny with 2 bars versus Box 4. That's a good aggressive start from Air though, picking the right points to jump D and getting the down forward D for the safe jump. But SaltBadGuy just holding north and getting straight out of the meaty fireball. Maybe it was a backdash, I don't know, I didn't see a counter hit. But this looks like a good combo, but he misses the hard knockdown this time. Pressure goes back, but Jenny's no slouch in neutral. Not at this position 2 range anyway. And the run-up throw coming out from Air, and finally the wake-up DP. He's waited 4 games for that wake-up DP. And it's just got him to anchor versus anchor. Alright. Terry Jenny. It was going Air's way last time. He just had a little bit too much health deficit to make up. But jumping into crack shoot is not a good way to keep it going. Alright. SaltBadGuy not using DPs to anti-air until I say he's not using DPs to anti-air. Terry's anti-air game with 4 bars is scary. He could do Rising Taco into Power Geyser into Climax. And he was looking just for the quick max, I think that's one thing that is holding his Terry back at the minute, is that he's watching for that one thing and it's sort of a little bit tunnel vision. Oh, down C into Burn Knuckle just doesn't combo. Oh, this is tight. And Air with the great jump goes over the Terry down C to make it 3-1. But I don't think this set's anywhere near over yet.
Round one.
Alright, King versus Cooler. This matchup's sort of 2-2 at the minute. Be interesting to see if Air makes the adjustments to start winning it again. I don't think it'll be too hard. But if SaltBadGuy keeps doing those tornado kicks, he's going to make it easier. More like it. Nice buttons. Good firewall game. Anti-air tornado kicks kind of nice. And good use of EX Fireball to beat the Reflect. And another anti-air tornado kick. I did not realise it was that good an anti-air. Oh no, very well spaced down forward D to take the win. That was very convincing. That's 600 health left. It's going to be 850, 800. I know that Super's enjoying watching this. He just likes seeing King on screen. But this is a problem that King's going to have with all of Air's team. They all have Reflects. Or Nullifiers and Reflects. Which makes it even harder to be a projectile character. Okay, if you are enjoying the matches so far, let me remind you that we have a Player of the Week redemption. Sorry, words are hard when I'm trying to do lots of different things. The person with the most Player of the Week awards at the end of the season wins a game bundle. And there are, I think, 16 games in that bundle so far, including Deathloop and some other big name games. So it is worth trying to win if you can. So if you want to see Air or SaltBadGuy in with a chance of winning that, get your votes in. Alright, while I've said that, it's looking kind of peak for Kage. And just like that, I added the curse that meant that Kage came back, just did a combo and won the round. Oh, I love being me. Alright. This shouldn't be too hard for Terry with this much meter, so long as he doesn't take much damage. And there we go, just a single level 1 into dead. And we are at Jenny versus Terry again. Alright, so finally, after all these games, I think SaltBadGuy's wake-up patience, or maybe it's a mind game, I'm not sure, but he's starting to be a lot more raggo on wake-up. See how long it takes Air to pick up on that and go back to trying to bait it a lot more. And I think we're going to see another... straight into climax? No, he missed. He could have just used one bar there to do a lot of damage. An unfortunate combo drop. Hope it doesn't come back to bite him like this. That's going to be dead. Oh, it's not! It's not! Oh no! Wake up the X-Power Geezer for the win! Oh, if Air did the level 1 into the level 2, he'd won. Oh, that is the absolute most feels bad man. But that's 2-3, we get more games, I'm happy. I think it just took Air a little bit too long to realise SaltBadGuy's starting to just be a lot more raggo on Wake Up. He won't be with King because obviously she hasn't got anything to be raggo with. This is... I think SaltBadGuy for me is one of the hardest people to pick to go in a set against. Because he's got two very different, I think, modes is possibly the most accurate way of describing it. So he's super solid, real patient, plays real nice. Or he's a calculated gorilla, and you never know which one of the two you're going to get. And he can switch between them at will. Unfortunate combo drop from Air. This is looking kind of even this time. Even on meter until SaltBadGuy used it. But Air's going to build it back, and this is going to be the end of the round. There we go. Cooler wins. Okay, Cooler versus Rock. Matchup we've all seen 100 million times in the current patch. But I still couldn't tell you who it favours. I assume it's going to be Cooler. And now it's Air's turn to wake up with the EPs. Is that why they were both so patient early on Wake Up? Do they both know each other well enough?
Ready, go!
Alright, some skedoodling on the screen, just avoiding each other rather than hitting each other. But Air with the interrupt, and another interrupt from SaltBadGuy. It's DP time, it's just DP time, and the Raging Storm whips. And now everything's whiffs. I don't know. I can't tell between these two whether they're going to go in or whether they're just going to try and bait the other one. At any one time, it's a coin flip on which one they're going to do. I think that's just because they've played each other so many times. I'm loving it. I hope you are as well. You're having a great evening here for mostly Scottish co-op action. Alright. Not looking great for SaltBadGuy. Way behind on health, the time's ticking down. Not going to get all that much health back, even if he wins this one. He says it'll still be 250. And it'll still be 250. He can still do it. Got 3.5 bars, so one hit on Jenny is going to be 700 damage. But Jenny's got to be extra careful. But doesn't need to be, just lands that cross-up jump B. And Air takes it 4-2. Could this be the last game? Or are we going to see some more? Alright, slightly longer to go back in this time. I wonder if they're both spending their time thinking about it or trying to calm themselves down. And I guess we'll never know. But watching the players' decisions at the rematch screen is just as interesting to me as watching them playing. Or they could indeed just be having a drink, as Johnston suggests. Because staying hydrated is important. Alright. And thank you, Ingvar. redeeming hydrate just as I reminded myself that hydration was important. Alright, SaltBadGuy trying to just change the tempo of the match a little bit after going way behind on health in the first 30 seconds. But jumping into a poorly confirmed DP from Cooler. This isn't going to be enough for the round. But safe jump. Alright, how is this one going to go? Air just trying to build all the meter in the universe. SaltBadGuy picking the perfect time to not have that reflected back at him. Alright, the neutral tornado kick connects, but it's not enough. Alright, mid versus mid. SaltBadGuy needs to win this match to carry on. Are we going to see him be a bit less Rago? No. Oh, I love how I ask the question immediately before he does a DP. But Air is holding on to that patience. But hasn't... He was doing it earlier, and SaltBadGuy wasn't DPing. And then, now that SaltBadGuy is DPing, Air isn't holding back on Wake Up. Alright, Terry, K-Dash. Oh, it's all on the Terry. And he's got it! Is this going to be a level 2? No, he doesn't want to use the meter. He saves it for Jenny, but it works out he's going to be on full health. 4 bars, Jenny's going to have 4.5. This is possibly the last round for SaltBadGuy if he doesn't win. What a jump in that was, but he didn't press anything. And Air again going straight into the level 2. I don't think level 1, level 2 would have killed there, but level 1 climax might have. I think that's maybe cost Air. Apologies. I'm drinking fizzy drinks and it's not great for my insides. I think maybe slightly poor meter choices on Air's part made it a little bit harder than it needed to be. But he took it 5-2 regardless. Congratulations to Air and good games well played by both. Okay, bear with me whilst I sort out the predictions. And I get the next set of players in. Alright, that was just the first of many sets for tonight. We have got a lot more coming up. And our next one is going to be... It's JP versus SUPA. Right, whilst we just collect our players, I need to do a million things behind the scenes because sadly the stream does not run itself. I might be a little bit quiet for a second or two. Alright, yes. JP versus SUPA, first time meeting this season. I'm not sure if they've played much in the past because JP started with 13. I think maybe in hype spotting for 13 or 14 they might have played. But I don't think either of those were particularly good online. So this could be the first meeting of the two altogether, not just in KO 15. But it's one I'm looking forward to. Because JP is maybe half of Supa's age, because Supa is an old-ass man. But he is our current reigning champion, and he's just old and annoying and a very close friend of mine, so he won't mind that I'm telling you that. But JP's just a wee bairn of 26, taking on Supa, who is currently on a non-standard team for him. He's playing Athena, Rock, and Cooler. So everybody that says Supa only plays zoners are now going to have to maybe hold that. Alright, our players are in. They are picking their teams. So let me get a prediction on the go.
Select stage. Get ready for a battle of titans.
Alright, so this week so far, Supa has already beaten Paladin in a set yesterday. Yesterday? This week, anyway. And that has sealed his first place position. So if JP wins this, that could really change our top 3. Because that would put JP in 3rd with Supa in 1st and Paladin in 2nd. Or Mars, as he now seems to be calling himself everywhere. But put in Athena 1st. I know him too well. This means he's trying to get an OCV. Because he's going to put her there, he's going to build all his meter, and he's going to try and just make you kill yourself. But Luong, straight with the jump in. I need to know more about that flip kick, because I'm not sure if that is punishable on block. I feel like it should at least be throwable. If not a fast normal. And in the chat we have Johnster suggesting that I move him one place down the chart every time he does backdash into forward B. But I don't think there's enough positions to be able to move him down that far. Alright, we're going to start seeing it now. He's got the reflect of his own, so double Rapuken's not that much of a threat. His own fireball's fast enough that he can recover in time for blocking double Rapuken or reflecting it as well as his own. But Wake Up Psycho Shoot, that was an interesting choice. And Happy just used the meter to get out the corner. And going in just enough to get JP to want to use the reversal counter. I don't know, watching this, it feels like this matchup's probably suffering for Geese. But I don't think I've ever seen it before today. Oh, maybe I have. If JP challenged Stirrick.
Stand your ground. Ready? Go!
Alright. In with Cooler versus Geese. I feel like the feeling of getting past Athena just to be confronted by Cooler is not a great one. You got rid of the annoying, very difficult character to get in on. Now you're going to fight Cooler. Alright. But JP's going to give it a go. Because, as I've said on multiple streams in the past, I think Mai is his strongest character, and he plays her very aggressively and does lots of really nice stuff with Mai. And comes the level 2, goes for a safe jump, but just, I think, maybe missed the button timing and gets thrown for his troubles. But it's not looking too easy for JP right now. And this is going to be it. He was going to do the combo into the level 2 and takes the win. That is 1-0 to Supa. That was a promising start from JP. If he can get past this Athena, then I think his life gets a lot easier. Which is very strange to say, because the order of Athena, Cooler, Rock shouldn't be easier the more you do.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
But that was a nice accidental select from JP there with the... I think he was going for the DP kicks and got the up kick to jump over. But he's managed to already do better with Luong versus Athena this time, getting close to Super and staying there, and it not being on Super's terms. And the interrupt with the far C is nice. Alright, so can JP keep that composure? Because we know now, Super's played the game for long enough that he's going to try and just slow the pace down. He's going to throw all those cycle balls, he's going to try and DP you if you jump, and he's going to make you earn that last little bit of health. But unfortunately it was just a little bit too much for JP that time. Let's see if Geese can do it. A good down C to start. I think he's got to... I feel like he's got to play this one a bit like he does with Luong. He's got to not try and zone, because the Repukans just aren't that great against Athena, because a fireball and a reflect. But the counter takes it, and now he's got to deal with Cooler. And Super with a wake up DPs. These are very rare. I think I can count on one hand the number of times I've seen him reversal DP in all the years I've known him. But he gets a frame trap into close C, into race spin, into level 2. Damage not really great if you compare it to other characters, but it does enough to put fear of Cooler winning the round into the opponent. And sees JP run into a close C. But now, the business character is on the screen. Oh, and then unfortunately spaced jump CD, and timed, I guess. Straight into Cooler close C, and now it's Cooler's turn in the corner. And she jumped into an EX Fire Pillar. What a great option that was for JP. It's looking good. Let's see Rock. And the cross up. Doesn't take it, he doesn't do enough. Oh, spaghetti right at the end.
Final round. Ready? Go!
Okay, so Rock versus Mai. It's the first time we're seeing it, but I hope not the last. I don't think Mai's got an awful lot to just prevent Rock from doing jump CD at the ranges Super wants to play at. Sort of at this range, you can throw a fireball and use quarter circle back and punch to like anti-air like a DP. But I think up close, I'm not sure Mai's got anything that really lets her deal with Rock other than pressing A or guard consoles. I think if we see that one again, it could be difficult for JP, but it's not something that's unaccomplishable.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
But it is 2-0 to Super. I think JP's got to start being slightly more clinical when he needs it now, before it looks, or Super looks to snowball into making it a lot less close than the matches would suggest. That was a nice anti-air flicker kick. I don't know what moves are called, so I'm going to make up names. And a CD confirmed into the feint, into the super, gives JP some pressure. It was clearly not a safe jump. I'm not sure if Super's seen it before or not, but he'll know for next time that he shouldn't full screen Crystal Bit. That's got to be an accident. I can't imagine that was anything other than an accident. Alright, so Super going with an aggressive stance, which is different to how he played the last two matches. But immediately I think JP wasn't ready for it, and it showed in just health coming straight off. And good evening, Max. How are you doing? But JP's got a chance with Mai, so long as he can get past this Athena. I like that Super's showing a different side, just trying to be a lot more in your face and aggressive. I don't get to see this match very often. I don't know how it goes, but I know if you do a reaction climax like that to a fireball, it's going to be kind of nice for mine. It's going to be about 50 health left. Yeah, so now it's looking closer. Safe jump off the climax. Oh, it's tense. But a good jump B. I think Super probably went for the DP there, but ran forward a little bit too much.
Round 4. Ready? Go!
Alright. Mai versus Cooler. Off to a decent start. Being put in the corner. Super just pressing the things. And JP not having an awful lot of meter to make sort of meter defensive options. It's going to be a lot harder for him if he needs to sort of change the way he's working defensively. But that is a good start. That's not going to be enough to kill. And just an air-to-air makes it 3-0 for Super. And people celebrating that Super pulled out the most pointless move in Cooler's repertoire. The EX Snowmen, no less.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
Alright, so the way he changed up the tempo, his spacing and everything else with Athena has... I think it's thrown JP off a little bit. Let's see how quickly he can adapt and start to take advantage of the extra holes in Super's offense this leaves. He is doing slightly misspaced jumps. He's landed into throwing, obviously, and slightly dodgy Phoenix arrows. But Luong is not the one to do it this match.
Round 2. Ready? Go!
And Geese with the round start counter. That's an interesting choice. And I think Super's going to do lots of throws here to try and just prevent it being an option. Or at least to try and put it out of JP's mind as something he should be doing. Because Geese's counter, whilst not being great, is something you can play around by having a throw game. And we see there Super does enough to kill him for trying it. And I'm trying not to be biased because Super is one of my absolute closest friends, so I need to support JP and not that old man. That was an amazingly good crouch C, low profile on the jump in. And he baits the throw, but doesn't get a full combo off it. Looking good for JP. He even gets a little bit lucky with that falling jump C. And Athena's gone. And mine's looking a lot healthier than last time. Can he get through Cooler and Rock as well? Got a lot more meter to play with. Can make some more defensive meter usage maybe, if he needs to. And I see JP's Mai's got some fans. I am a big fan of it myself. And corner carry SUPA, but no safe jump off it. Interesting, maybe missed it, maybe wasn't going for it, he was trying to bait out a DP. And it's tight, but Mai's done a good job of neutralising this Cooler. But not so good at dealing with these hops. When they've crossed up twice and JP's got thrown, just a little bit too defensive, maybe when Cooler's too close. And level 1 pillar is not the best move. I see we've also got some fans that are just fans of Mai, and it doesn't matter what she's doing so long as she's on the screen.
Round 1.
I much prefer it when she gets KO'd, because it means I don't have to fight her anymore. Alright. So, SUPA's... he's changed it again! So this is the third change to the Athena approach. Well, the second change, the third version of it. I think he's trying to just be really annoying, take his time, get full screen, force you into coming to him or overcommitting in holding forward. But now he's got the corner, he's going to try and keep you there with lots of down Cs and cycle balls. Try and predict maybe some readouts. Readouts, jump outs. JP's done a good job getting out of the corner, taking down more of Mai's health, and I will say this, there are very few countries better than Scotland at crouch B anti-airs. They've all got it. Every single one of them. But it's not enough to take the round. Alright, but Athena's looking not too healthy. See if JP can adapt to how much SUPA was trying to throw in the last set. Maybe read how he's gonna want to play it. I think SUPA knows he's got the character lead, so I was going to say he's not going to be in too much of a rush to move forward. But obviously immediately, as I think that thought, he moves forward. Because he knows he wants to ruin my night. Alright, but Geese does the job. Gets her out of the way. But one whiff and Cooler lands a down B into you being in the corner, with her having more meter than she knows what to do with. And he's going to end this on DP. Into more pressure. Just a close D this time. But even if she whiffs moves, you cannot expect it to be your turn. That is not how Cooler operates in the current patch of KOF 15.
Round 4. Ready? Go!
And it's all down to Mai again. This could be JP's last set. Last match of the set, rather. Alright. Cooler looking to just be aggressive. Get in Mai's face. No fans allowed. And force JP to fight his way into rock. Another jump over into throw. I wonder if that's because Maya's very short. And a climax on Reed, maybe? But Cooler missed the level 2 because I know SUPA wanted it there. But that is it. Slight whiff from Mai is enough for Cooler to land the combo and end the set. That is a 5-0 for SUPA. Alright, so anyone that is enjoying our play so far or wants to support our players, we do have a matcherino. We are currently on, let me check, I think we are on $179.70. If you would like the top 3 people to make some cash for playing for 8 weeks in all of these games, then please contribute. We don't have any vouchers because I'm not popular enough, but I think they deserve this pot to be as big as they possibly can be. Alright, we have 2 sets down, we have 3 to go, but I am going to take a very quick break, and we will be back with you shortly whilst I grab myself some water. And we are back. We are 2 sets down of 5. We will have the remaining 3 coming up, the first of which will be Kage, our low tier hero, going up against SamuraiPizzaKen. Now this is one that happened many times in Season 1. And I'm looking forward to how it goes this time. We've only had one iteration of this set so far, I think. Sets now will tell me, yes. And that was won 5-1 by Ken. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes this time. But they've played plenty over the course of 2 seasons worth of this. So I'm looking forward to seeing lots of player versus player decisions coming out as well. I think the most important question is, what order is Ken playing? And he's put Clark on point. So who's going to win? Get your predictions in.
Mission start.
Mission start indeed.
Ready? Go.
Alright, so last week we had a little bit of a vote amongst the players. This season started only a few days after Team Samurai came out, and all of the players voted to allow everybody that had a Samurai player on their team to swap them out for somebody else. And Neo was confident enough in his Haomaru that he did not want to. Let's see if that decision goes in his favour against the team of Ken, who is just gonna armour his way through your DP. Says no thanks. So, Ken did take a couple of weeks out, but now that he's back, he's been on an absolute tear. I think he has won every set 5-0 since he came back last week. So I think it's on Neo Kage to stop that train. So far, Haomaru didn't do it. It really hurts me inside to say, can Billy Kane win? Because I know it's Billy Kane in this game, and I don't feel that he can. I don't feel he has any means by which to get the Billy Kane win screen. Ken with a nice air-to-air into the X-Tackle. But Neo, he's at least going to make him work to get in, as Ken does full screen tackle that hits. And the Argentine backbreaker takes the round. Well, super backbreaker? I have no idea what Clark's moves are actually called. Alright, this first set is looking kind of peak for Neo, but he's got 5 bars with Dino. Let's see what he can do. Half health Clark. That should be 1 clean hit into Clark being dead. If Dino doesn't get hit himself. Ken is on the meter building grind and outspacing the Dino grab. It's no part of Dino anywhere near, it just rolls out and hits the whiff. Ken now taking it past the 42-second mark, but option selecting against the armor grab, or the grab, doesn't work out, and Neo takes the round for it. But he's still got Dolores and Kukri to go through. Oh, I don't fancy Dino's chances, but if there's anyone that plays Dino that can do it, I think it's Neo. He is our resident Dino player since KOF 14. That's twice now that Ken has rolled on wake up against the dinosaur. Is Neo going to recognize it? Maybe take measures to go against it. It's rare seeing Ken not wanting to go in, or not pressing buttons for fear of what the dinosaur can do. But that was a well-spaced grab to make that 1-0 for Ken. So I don't think there's anything that the dinosaur has that he can press at that range. Maybe CD? Maybe he was just outside. Maybe CD wouldn't be fast enough. I think that was very well spaced match end from Ken. Let's see if Neo can make the changes he needs to.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
Ooh, that is... I'd say it's maybe not a great sight letting Clark get away with the hot pressure, but maybe there's the... This is a longer set mind game going into play, so Neo might want him to think that he can for now. It's still early, but he shouldn't let him get away with it for long. But it's looking kind of even this time. And Neo just repeated jump pressure until Ken finally interrupts and hits him. The Abari works out in Ken's favour that time, and the air to airs are always going to work. Alright, so Clark is on half health, half a bar, Billy's on full health and 3 bars, but somehow I still feel like Clark has the advantage. Billy is really not that good a character in this game. Getting chased down, but the wake up throw works out in Billy's favour, and the anti-air read works out. But, oh my god. Too much spaghetti happening. Alright, Clark. Button, EX grab. When is Neo going to level 1 reversal? If he gets knocked down again, you feel like he's going to feel the urge. So if there's one thing we've seen, it's that Billy players love waking up with that level 1 spinny fire stick. But already better than last time. Billy is now having to fight Dolores, but does not have the buttons to prevent that hop. Alright, the match that ended it all last time. I think Ken he's already shown that he's not going to sit there and take the command grabs from Dino, so maybe Neo should expect him to hold up. But the teleport into the grab of his own, no safe jump, just a meaty fireball, because Dino's armor grab. I think Neo finally caught a roll, but I'm not sure if that was on accident of being in the right position to do so. Ken thought that the button special level 1 would take the round, and it didn't. But he has enough in the tank to take it anyway. Already looking kinda hard for Neo. But it's still early, it's only 2-0. Plenty of matches yet to come. Let's see if our low tier hero can start taking a few more rounds with Hamaru. Start making Billy mean more.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
I think at the minute when Billy's on screen, it's not an awful lot. It's a very strange thing to say, but Ken is 3 from 3 on full screen running grabs. Maybe he just knows. But Neo's still not checking the hops with Clark. I think Ken get away with a little bit too much with this Clark. This Clark is good, but you should make him work for it a little bit more. This is a matchup I don't get to see very much. I have no idea how it should go. I don't think Hamaru's fireballs are all that good. So the threat of them isn't that great. And if you can make him whiff a DP, he dies. But Billy just getting clapped out of his buttons, as happens with Billy in this game. But Neo gets the cross up Jump down C into combo to take out clock. And now the bigger problem is that Dolores' buttons are much better than Billy's. Let's see if Neo can do all he can to make them count. So far he's just walking into the things that Dolores is doing. And a good run under there from Ken into good damage into just a teleport closer. And Neo lost all patience at the end. Given how many scenarios there just were slightly going against him, I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing. Alright. Dino-Loris. And a good combo start from Neo. He's going to go into Oki. And Ken rolled, and now he's in the corner, so he's not going to get the roll out for free. And I'm glad that somebody heard me saying Dino-Loris. But an anti-air level 2 from Ken. That was kind of clean. Is that EX Leap Grab a sign that Ken's done enough to make Neo feel a bit too uncomfortable playing neutral against her that he wants to just skip it? I don't know, we'll see. But this is the first time we've seen Kukri, and I am a big fan of Ken's Kukri. I've fought it enough, I've watched it enough. I like seeing Ken playing this character. Watching him play, I think there is definitely a fear of 3 bars of Dino. But he doesn't need to be, because Neo jumped into the EX Sand Pillar, and that's enough to secure the match. Alright, if anyone's going to Spirit Bomb for Neo, he needs your energy right now. It's starting to look like it's going to be another 5-0 for Ken, who is our player with the fewest losses across all 6 weeks so far.
Ready? Go!
Alright. Back to Hamaru versus Clark. And we've got a banger of a background track for this match. If Neo's going to bring it back, Rhythmic Hallucination is a good time to do it. And an anti-air DP. Has he woken up? Not if he's doing that reverse DP on block. Ken just interrupts. And it's back to neutral. And the clean jump over the fireball from Ken makes the DP just go straight under him. And that is it for Hamaru. Now, man like Big Willie, Billiam Kane, is going to do not a lot of the round start again. And still is not checking these hops. Meaning Ken just gets in, does what he wants. And I think Neo's frustrated, because guard cancelling against that turnaround punch isn't the one. But congratulations to chat, you have sent 200 messages so far. There is another achievement at 500, if you can get there before the night's over. And for Johnster in the chat, it is spelt Billy Kane, and I will call him Billy Kane, but it is actually Billy Khan in all of the Japanese pronunciations. And Dolores says goodbye. Get out of here, go back to character select screen and pick someone else. But unfortunately Neo's not allowed, because this is character locked for the entire 8 weeks. Alright. Ken looking to keep Dino at arm's length. Fardy. Mud pokies. Another roll that Neo hasn't done anything about. He's got to start looking for them and doing something about them. But getting hit is not an answer. He's got 5 bars. Now is the time to do something about it. There's a good jump D to start. And a combo drop. You've gotta feel bad when you had the round 1 and you drop your combo. Look, Super, if you're making fun of me not knowing what Dolores' moves are called, you can always get in here and do the commentary yourself. I'm gonna call them mud pokies because they are mud pokies. Alright, 4-0 to SamuraiPizzaKen. This is Neo Kage's Guile theme moment. As Johnson just pointed out in the chat. I like Ken. Several times in this set he's already used armor just to get through the moves. His grab hasn't worked, but it's kept him safe. And another thing that I think Clark just beats out Halmaru's buttons because Farsi. How does Halmaru beat Farsi? And that was a great prediction jump on the fireball there from Ken. Into big damage. No tackle. Just catching Neo with the frame traps. Not afraid to jump. And there's the EX tackle into the corner with the rolling death cradle. And the grab takes it. Ken's clock is starting to motor. Alright, Clark versus Billy Kane. More suffering from for Billy. Wake up EX something. But Billy's wake up is also trash. And level 1 gets grabbed! Oh, I said we were just waiting for him to do it. And he did it. And Clark said, nah fam. Nah. Not allowed. Just not allowed. I think Neo must be praying that a patch is just around the corner, but he's got a whole SNK World Tour to get through before they even think about that. And I think that will be the announcement of the next patch. But yeah. I think signs of frustration and angst from Dinosaur coming out as Clark takes it, not quite, nearly takes it. Oh, spaghetti all round. What is happening? Not enough from Neo. That is a clean 5-0 sweep for Ken. Alright, let me fix the prediction. Everybody that voted for Ken, congratulations! Alright. If you are enjoying any of our play, here's a reminder that we do have a match arena, which has just been paid into by Ingvar with the $10.31 contribution. Thank you very much, taking us over $190 for this 8-week tournament. Right, let me trying to do all the talking and all the updating and everything else. Just means I don't have enough hands, brains, eyes, or anything else going on. So let's see where we are with our sets. We are at 3 of 5 complete. Our next set is going to be Air versus Super. Let me collect our players. And let me update all the things I need to update. I hope everyone's having a great evening so far and enjoying the games as much as I am. Except for that one person I had to dick punch out of chat. Fuck that guy. Alright. Air versus Super. This is the it's the fight of the purple coolers. And I think whoever gets into the lobby first and readies up first will get the purple, and that is going to be no spoilers. I think you'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But this is the first meeting of these two in this league, but I know they've played each other. I'm sure they played a set at Versus Fighting. If they didn't play in the tournament itself, I haven't had time to go back and check the brackets. But I know they've played each other a bunch of times across many games. Certainly KOF 14, that happened. But this is the first challenge of this season of Leapfrog, and I'm really looking forward to this one. And I'm trying to hold off moving our scenes so that we don't get spoilers on who gets the purple cooler. So you're just going to have to listen to me for a moment longer. But thank you for the follow so far this stream. We have Night Shomac and Yuba and Frog Throat. Thank you all, and for Johnster for the Prime subscription. Thank you all. I hope you're all having a great evening and enjoying all of the Scots playing their games. Alright, let's get into the playing. Now that they have picked their colours, we can see that Mars is on player 1, so the most important question of who gets purple cooler is Super. Let me get some predictions up. Alright, predictions are up. Get your votes in for who you think is going to win this set. It's going to be... I think Super's gonna... I think he's gonna stick with this order for the entire set. I don't see him changing it. Because Rock does well against all three of these, I think. And I think he's gonna want to be Super... assert dominance now that he's feeling himself, because he's beat JP, he beat Paladin, he is #1 in the league. He's going to want people to fear him. But his Rock is already going in and doing work on Kage. Just not allowed out of the corner. Trying to bait the DP. Maybe he didn't watch the Air versus SaltBadGuy set, but Air has not been Wake Up DPing. He's done it out of Blockstone once or twice, but he's not been doing it on Wake Up. Super's already looking on an OCV. He's got a lot of meter to make it happen. And just jumping forward, trying to bait out the EX Tatsu, because it goes forward, so it's not going to catch anybody directly above it. So he feels he can just do this jump straight up, and a bad EX skirt. I don't know what the move's called. Is that Crazy Ivan? Whatever it's called, it was unfortunately not the right decision at the time, and it cost Air the first match. I think anybody that's not used to me calling things by silly names will certainly get used to it by the end of tonight. We had SamuraiPizzaKen with the mud pokies. Now we've got Air with the EX skirt. I don't really care that I don't know what the moves are called, so long as I can convey to people watching what is happening on screen. Alright, Rock coming in, having OCV'd in the first match. Super looking like he wants to keep that pressure going. Went straight back in on the rematch button. Skipped the round start. And we will not yet know if Super has picked Purple Cooler to cock block air. But I hope we get to find out soon. Lurking kind of peak for Cooler this round. Just no help, and he tech rolled, and Super will always be looking for that throw if you tech mid-screen and he is following you in. Alright, more purple on purple action. Rock versus K-Dash. Super with the very poorly timed jump in that time though. And again, but this time he's got the option select throw behind it. And I know he's option selecting the throw because I fought him thousands of times and I know he's doing it behind there. Alright. And a bad... Oh, it's not a bad hit confirm, it was a bad cancel on the 6A. Meant that EX got blocked, but didn't take full advantage. And now he's back to blocking. Super punishing the whiff with a jump in into 400 damage for half a bar. Rock is no joke. Alright. All down to Jenny. Let's see if Air can turn this around a bit. But there it is again. Super following the tech straight into a throw. And the combo drop from Air. Not sure if you do get to do the down forward D knockdown from that one. But I'm going to assume it's Jenny, so she gets to do what she wants whenever she wants. And another EX command grab, and that's going to be the match. EX Shine Knuckle? The vacuum to put himself up 2-0. This Rock is not messing about. He's trying to speed run this set. And I think Air can make the necessary changes to prevent it. It's not going to be easy, but I think he can. How about you, chat? Give me a 1 if you think Air can make the changes to prevent Super running away with this set.
Get round 1. Ready?
And I think I've just silenced the chat. There we go. Interrupting. Recognise the pattern of the fireball into the run-in. Says, no thanks, work harder. But Super already cottoned on, and he missed the DP break. So that's the thing. If you ever see Rock players just rolling like that after they've knocked you down, it's because the break input on the DP is a roll, so they've missed the DP, and they've input it too early, and just got the roll. Okay, Cooler, do some work. Let's go. Keep rocking the corner. And that is 3 from 3 on these run-up grabs after attack. I'd like to see Air maybe more selectively teching, see if he can get Super to run in and press C when he hasn't teched. See if he can try and get him to autopilot that and then punish him for that with C. Or maybe do something else. Certainly start teching the throw. Force Super to maybe run in and use down B more to bait that, or to space an earlier button. But just accepting the throw isn't going to do anything but put you under more pressure. Not challenging the plus frames of the overhead kick. A good choice from Air, but the jumping into the overhead, scouted by Super into a lot of damage. Into a safe jump, and not respecting it, costs Air his K-Dash. And it's nice to see we've got Johnston believing. Like I do.
Round 3. Ready? Go! Ha!
Pardon me. Gulping water with a hiatus hernia is a deadly combo for microphones. Alright, so Jenny's got to do it all again. Good defensive option, gets Rock out away from her, gives her a fighting chance. Finally the tech. But you cannot jump Rapukins like that when he's got that much meter. And he's going to try and zone her out. But a bad jump from Rock. Now we get to see Purple Cooler. Or not Purple Cooler. The answer is Purple Cooler. And a slight misspacing on the EX Tatsu. I think saw that Cooler was in the air. Thought, it's Cooler, she's going to be jumping forward. But no, he jumped backwards and it whiffed. Or maybe it was a Galactic Brain read. Either way, it did not go his way. And Cooler put an end to Jenny.
Round 1. Ready? Go! Ha!
Okay, sorry, I am trying to take drinks between matches and this time I'm just drinking too much. We are back with more Rock vs Cooler as we start the 4th match. And this is where Air's got to start making those changes, make them count. Get some Cooler mirrors happening. As he needs to start taking out this Rock, and he's going to. If he doesn't drop this combo, it is round over. Manages it. Goodbye Rock. Hello Cooler mirrors. This could be the start of the comeback. Gives us more games. Oh, and I'm not sure if I feel sorry for these two, because I know not everybody hates mirror matches as much as I do. But Air with the big read on the EX-DP costs him half his health and screen position as he goes into the corner and fights his way back out straight away. Makes my life harder by doing things immediately that I have to talk about. Alright, Cooler, full screen Cooler things. Just Cooler happening. There's not much more I can say than that. But now we're back to normal fights. We got Cooler vs Kage. Purple on purple. Best colour. And Air looking to stop her from taking to the air. Hang on. Yep, I'm allowed to say that. And proof that that hop does not whiff on just mine, but it took him too far that time for the throw to work. I'm starting to think it might actually be something Supa's looking for. But Air with the anti-air on the hop takes us to Athena for the first time in this set. It's looking kind of good for Air. I think Kage does alright against Athena's zoning and counter zoning because he's got the same tools himself. But flashier combos, even if it drops this time. Supa not ready for the overhead. And Air a little too slow. And guessing with the DP again cost him a lot of health. That's going to really hurt. Still looking good. Should Jenny come in? Oh, what a fight game. Kage just getting a little bit extra value for money there at the end. And I'm having to be a little bit quieter because my wife is currently on the phone to the vet. One of my cats has been a little bit poorly today. So I'll be doing my best not to talk too loudly. But that was a great crosser from there into the bad confirm. Gonna cost him a lot of health, but not too much. And a backdash straight over the fireball. Oh, spaghetti on both sides. And thank you, Yuba. She's very old. I think she's finally hit dementia time. Hopefully she's okay. And with that, Air takes a match. 3-1. Signs of life. Let's go. More games.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
So let's see what adaptations SUPA can make to secure this victory. If he can at all. We know he wants to. He is far too prideful of a man to ever go down without a fight. So far looking like the changes Air made in the last match are carrying on. Even Rock Cooler, both on half health. Still not ready for these cross-ups. And that is the round. Cooler takes out Rock again. Alright, purple cooler, red cooler, DPs, icy breaths, slides, race spins. That's what's happening. I really am not a fan of mirror matches. But Air puts SUPA in the corner and SUPA immediately swaps him around. Spends a meter, gets out of there. Looking to force Air into a bad defensive decision. I think he's trying to just stand at a range where he's going to bait a DP. But the stun CD puts Air in a position where Meaty Breath kills him. I think he was maybe looking for a DP there. That breath does have quite a big startup. This one went Air's way last time we saw it. Let's see if his K-Dash can do the work again. Anti-airing with an EX-DP that did no damage. I guess it was just much too high. And anyone in chat, I hope you are enjoying the puns that Johnster is bringing. And SUPA this turn, playing with the wake up DP. Just doesn't want to win with Cooler. Maybe the changes that Air has made has thrown off SUPA's mental game. Maybe it's the fact that he's playing his second set of the night. Maybe they're both tired, who knows. But it's not easy playing multiple sets in one day. Certainly not long potentially long first to 5 sets. I get tired just watching them. But Air with the EX pickup into good damage and a lot of screen carry. Puts Athena in the corner. And the EX Iron Trigger straight through the fireball. The Iron Trigger reads are really good from Air so far. DP ones maybe not as good, but certainly the Iron Trigger ones are. Now, Air can take his time. He's got 1 bar, build some meter. Just knock some time off that clock to give Jenny a lot better chance at taking out Athena. With 5 bars, Super's going to be looking for a down C into activate. Or a hop B into activate, but he doesn't quite get it with the combo time in. Despite the life difference, it's too close to call. Especially with Super sitting on so much meter. And that could have been it. Good. No one button confirms we are not that hype. And he just had to prove me wrong. I don't think that was a confirm. I think he was just doing it as a read, knowing that Air would press. But that down C quick max activate into combo makes it 4-1 for Super. This could be Air's last match of the week. I think I need to create a counter for my stream for how many times I can curse players in 1 week. Alright. Can Super make changes to how he's playing Rock to get past this cooler and give himself a better chance of just going straight to 5-1? Or is Air going to go down swinging? I think we're starting to see a lot more sort of just jump CD to control space, take the time. He knows he's got a 3-game lead, he's 4-1 up, only got to win 1 more. He can play it safe, take his time, do the good buttons with Rock, force Air to make the victories happen. And if you're forcing that, then the chances of mistakes go, oh, they just become much higher. And that safe forward jumping pressure in the corner, Air could have rolled out, could have recognised that if he's jumping forward then the chances of him catching up with me with a forward roll are much slimmer. I think he was looking for a DP instead, or maybe some button presses. He's got to start maybe recognising when he can swap position with a nice D throw, that'll do it. But K-Dash is bleeding. And I really like that EX Iron Trigger fireball into run-up C. It feels like it's one of those moves that should just knock you down or juggle you, but it doesn't, it just leaves you standing. So he gets a full combo of it. And Super's looking for an OCV. Send the set out as it started. And Air has the answer. He down B's his way out of it. EX Fireball. Oh, he could have finished it with the OTG. But he didn't need to. Did not need to. Let me just say, if you are enjoying watching any of these players play, we do have a Player of the Week vote where those viewing get to vote for whoever they have enjoyed the most. It doesn't necessarily be strength of play, it can be any reason at all. And whoever has the most votes at the end of the season wins a prize. No, it's not whoever has the most votes. Whoever wins the most weeks. wins a prize at the end of the season. And Air bets it all on the one big read of EX Tatsu. And it doesn't pay off, and that is 5-1 to SUPA. I am trying not to be too loud, because as I said before, my wife is on the phone. But that is the end of the set. That is 5-1. As we move on to our final games of the evening, I will take a very quick break as I go and refill my cup and hydrate myself. I will be back with you momentarily. And we are back. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I hope you've had a lovely evening watching some games, chatting out with everyone else in the chat. We have had all but one of our sets so far. We have had 4 of our 5, which leaves us with 1 set left. And this is the final reminder this week that we have a match arena. If you are enjoying watching any of these players play and would like to contribute a prize pot to get the top 3 to play their absolute damnedest to get first place, then please head to the match arena link I've just posted in chat and throw some money in the pot. Unfortunately, we don't have any coupons or any of the Twitter follow goals or any of that sort of stuff, but we take direct contributions, so if you can spare it, then I'm sure they will be very grateful come 2 weeks from now when we decide our winner. So, let's move on. Oh, that is not correct. Let's not move on because I'm not ready. Ay ay ay. This is what happens when I step away and forget to do many things. Now we're ready. Alright. Let's get to where we're supposed to be. We are at Boroshin versus Paladin. So this is our 3rd place and our first place last week. Although Paladin has lost the SUPA, so next week SUPA will be top. This is a run back of not last week, the week before. Maybe it was last week, where Boroshin won convincingly, but there is a storied history, and it was Paladin that beat Boroshin at versus fighting to take 5th place over 7th. So it's going to be an interesting set either way. Boroshin's got 1 win in this league, Paladin's got 1 win at versus fighting. So I'm looking forward to this set, and I think it's going to be a very interesting one. So we have opposite ends of the UK, actually. So we got Paladin way up in West Scotland in Glasgow, but Boroshin down in Sussex towards Brighton way. So it's going to be the length of the UK fighting for the top of the league.
Round 1.
And they are going straight in, so let me get a prediction going for you. Let me start. I will be typing, so I will not be watching the game. This is an interesting start. So Paladin has put Leona first. I think lots of people associate Leona as the Paladin character. I mean, for me, I think his Kyo is my favourite one of his to watch. But it might be that he is more known for Leona in circles that aren't me. And I think... I don't know how this matchup's going to go. I can see that it's going in Paladin's favour, but I expect that we'll get a better idea of Leona versus Maxima as the set goes on. But so far, Paladin looking quite convincing in that first round. Just blocking all this Gato pressure, but not the CD. Thrown into the corner and immediately thrown out of it. But you cannot be jumping on Leona. You can't really bait the flash kicks because it's a flash kick. So crossing it up won't make a difference. But there's a badly timed one. And Boroshin manages to land and get a full punish. Alright. I think this entire set is going to be getting used to matchups I very rarely or never see. Because I don't think I've seen much of Yuri vs Gato either. I see a lot of Gato because he was superbly strong in the last set. That was a great air parry again from Boroshin. He's 2 from 2 on those. But Yuri's just not that popular. I think her damage output's great. She's strong, but she's just not as popular as some of the other characters. At least not at the minute. We'll see what the next patch brings. I think this is something that was maybe Boroshin's already changed up from the last set he played against Paladin, even though he won it. It's that he wasn't doing quite so many different demon flip follow-ups. Like, he was sticking to 1 or 2. And Paladin could have won the round, he chose not to. The counter hit CD into close C. I think if he'd gone with the up kicks, that would have been the round, and he wouldn't have had to use that half bar on the EXDP. Alright, Kyo versus Yamazaki. And congratulations to everybody that's been here for the duration of the stream. We've just hit 2 hours. I hope you've enjoyed this 2 hours as much as I have. So Paladin with the confirms into level 2 into quick max. God, I love just how long that hit stop is on that punch. It gives you about a week and a half to confirm into climax. Just look, it makes the move look so much stronger. But Boroshin with the throw into the corner. This is one touch from either side. One clean hit is going to decide. Or maybe about 5 non-clean hits, who knows? Oh! Oh, I'm not sure if they both really want to win it, or neither one wants to win it. I can't quite tell at this moment. And that was punishable, surely. And Paladin with the EX Wrecker at the right time to anti-air. Oh, that was tense. This set is already bad for my blood pressure. We are only 1 match in. But I think this is... Bear with me a moment whilst I just look something up. Just checking my spreadsheet of information. Because as the weeks go on, I keep track of everything just in a spreadsheet. Because I do be like that. Okay, so Boroshin has not had as many 5-0 victories as I thought. When he is the challenger, he has won most of his sets 5-1. So I think this is par for the course for Boroshin. It could be that he goes on to win every game from here, but we will have to wait and see. Sorry, Paladin using a mid-screen V-slasher on a read that made me cough up my drink. Apologies to anybody that heard me joking. Sorry about that one. Okay, I'm back. I have drunk. And we are at Maxima versus Yuri. Yuri putting a hurt on early, but one combo being 500 damage. And a block on the TK, but no punish. This is looking good for Boroshin. Signs of frustration there maybe from Paladin? Alright, Maxima's certainly doing his job, and the cross-up into the cross-up. That's going to do a lot of damage, put him in the corner. He's going to... my guess was he was going to jump in and then do TK Vapor Cannon, but he did not. So I got hit. Or maybe I didn't because he just jumped backwards, but whatever. But Kyo has it all to do. 3, that was a very interesting option from Boroshin. Trying to use all the variety and then picking the wrong one because of it, maybe? But that's an overhead into 3-bar combo from Paladin. It's not going to do all that much damage because overheads scale like hell in this game. DP interrupt. That's a very clean round for Paladin, leaving with a lot more health than he came into it with. Oh, this one's tighter than those first few rounds have suggested. But he's only going to have one bar. So Boroshin's 4. That 4 is a single hit into dead. That's going to be a climax. I'm not going to James Chen this because it could kill. And I'm not going to guess like that. No, it won't. He'll have about 100 left. Oh no, oh my god! Why does that do so much damage? Why? Why does that do so much damage? That is 1-1. Super pulling me up for my guess in the chat. My guess was that I wasn't going to guess. And then I guessed anyway, and that guess was wrong. This is why I normally don't commentate. Alright, back. Let's see. Does Paladin have the Maxima problem solved? Has he figured out enough from that last match to know how to prevent Maxima just running riot again? Because I think that was the big problem in the last match. Didn't have enough health or meter by the time he got into Yamazaki to be able to firm these big hits. But it's going better. He's playing under the clock, which is a skill that a lot of people don't have, that Paladin is quite good at. He'll stand with you in the corner, his character directly below the timer, waiting for you to hang yourself, pressing buttons that are safe for him at that range, and for you to just do something stupid to try and rescue the situation. And it helped him win that round.
Round 2. Ready? Go!
I like Momone. He's giving me all of the Scottish lore and copy pastas for next time. Thanks very much. And we have 5 people having voted for their player of the week. If we get some more, we might have some real contention on our hands. So far, I think Air is in the lead with 3 votes. As Boroshin has 2. And now Boroshin has gotten to 3. Is there going to be anyone who's going to spend their points to tip us either way, so that we don't have a draw, so that I don't have to be the one to decide? Because in the case of a draw, it is down to me. And I will flip a coin. And ain't nobody want no coin flips. Alright, Yuri, Yamazaki, Paladin lurking very convincing this match. I'm not sure if Boroshin was crouching there because he thought he was going to cross up, or if he was doing something else. But Yuri was a problem that round. That makes it 2-1 to Paladin. I need more Scottish people in my chat pasting these Paladin related copy pastas. I might have to make a new command for next week that posts some of them back, so keep them coming. I'm all for Scottish copy pastas, especially when it's Paladin.
Round 1. Ready?
And if you don't, I'm going to have to add some Portuguese ones that I picked up from Guilty Gear Brazil. But back to the match. 1 stray Vapor Cannon into 280 damage. I think Maxima in this game is a really interesting one for me. Like, he gets to be really, really belligerent because the whole point is he forces you to play into his guard point. But it's kind of easy to avoid playing into guard point by spacing or picking characters into it that don't really care. So, seeing different matchups with Maxima either makes me feel really happy about how belligerent he is and just presses what he wants and you have to deal with it, or it looks like absolute suffering. I've yet to see much in the middle ground for him. But Leona is doing a job. Killed Maxima. 3/4 killed Gato. 90% killed Gato. Safe jump. Into the frame trap and Boroshin pressing. He is not respecting Paladin's frame advantage. And it's cost him 2 characters.
Round 3. Ready? Go!
Alright, lots of EX moon slashes in this set though. Boroshin jumping at maybe poor timings or at timings where Paladin's just ready for it. He's got charge or he's waiting. But Leona's just running a train on Boroshin at the minute. Maybe someone in chat can tell me whether EX Bandy Arm is actually good. But the instant overhead that people complain that Leona doesn't have takes the match. Makes it 3-1-2 Paladin. Sorry, I'm trying to do a million other things. We are dead even on 4 votes each between Air and Boroshin for Player of the Week. So if you want to decide it one way or the other, make sure you get your vote in.
Select order.
All you Scots, come support your boy. And all you Boroshin fans, support yours. Let's see who takes it.
Nothing will stop this show. Round 1. Ready?
Alright. So we have an on-win order change from Paladin. He's taken SUPA's advice in the chat. He is going Yuri, Leona, Kyo. I don't know if he's seen something that makes him want to put Yuri first, or if it's knowing that Leona is doing well, so maybe just wants a bit more meter with her? I don't know, but either way, Paladin's order has changed to mimic Boroshin's. Maybe he guessed that Maxima was going to be second. And thank you for the follow. We have lots of activity happening. Thank you, the KOF champ. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining us.
Player 2 wins. Round 2. Ready?
Alright. Yuri, again, looking really strong. Paladin is no joke. Scotland are good at this game. I would like to see him lose 1 or 2 more, but only because I like watching the game and want more of them to happen.
Player 1 wins.
And here we go, Leona versus Maxima. It's like the first round of the last few games, but now they both start with meter.
Earn to fight. Ready? Go!
And a round start, God press. I wonder what Boroshin was thinking with that one. But he more than evened it up with a single counter hit Vapor Cannon into half of Paladin's life. And then eats a combo of his own. They're just taking turns hitting each other so that I can't talk. Maxima's counter hit big punchies. Not just melt you if he's got enough meter behind it. But is it a good idea when Paladin gets more meter to go into fighting Maxima? Because Maxima's biggest problem is that the game freezing. When it's not the game freezing, Maxima's biggest problem is that he starts to get shut down when his opponent has meter. Not that he badly scales damage-wise or anything on his own. It's that that move starts to be a real sort of danger for him to throw out. Because if people have meter, they can guard cancel it, and even on block, they get a full punish on the move. And he's going to TK again. He's not. He went low, and I got hit. Paladin not looking good in this one. Red kick tried to just clip Vapor Cannon, maybe? But it's not enough, and the order change works for Boroshin. Maybe SUPA doesn't know as much as he thinks he does, telling Paladin to switch. And I like that he's not on commentary with me now, so he can't try and justify it to anybody watching and has to just sit there and accept me calling him out on his terrible decision to tell Paladin to switch the order. And if Paladin loses now, it is all SUPA's fault. Alright. So, this one has not been going too well for Boroshin this matchup. Let's see if Gato can just press the Gato buttons and do the Gato things. And delete Yuri. So far it's all going to plan. But this is something that Boroshin does that... I'm not sure if he's realised that he does it so often. Like, if he presses something, he really feels the need to micro dash after like a down A or a down B down A or just a down A. If he's going to run in and press any other button or just press any other button, he almost always does a micro dash, and it just makes that gap so much bigger for people to press into. And people in the chat are telling me not to let that secret out, whether Boroshin knows it or not, and to just let him carry on doing it so that they can farm wins. But it is something I've noticed over the last 6 weeks, is that there's no you shouldn't have told me, SUPA. I knew it myself, and if you think I didn't know it, you do not give me the credit I deserve. But I know he's not about to do it with Maxima, because Maxima ain't the character to be running at you, or pressing down A and then running and pressing C. There we go. With Maxima he'll just press sweep, or he'll press down C or something after it. But with Gato he almost always does the run. But a bad Vapor Cannon into down Bs into max mode. Paladin drops the combo, and anti-airs with the climax. That was a good anti-air. And thank you for the follow, Epic Cop. Thanks to Boroshin for bringing the players to my stream. And this time Leona just says, nah fam. No Maxima allowed. Boroshin pressing after Paladin's frame advantage again. It's been the story of the match. It was Leona's pressed down A and Boroshin's pressed after it. It hasn't worked out as much as it's gone against him. Paladin's now in a position where he's in no rush. He's got a life lead, he's got a character lead. He's just going to EX slash into the win. And now moves Paladin onto set point. And for anybody that's not in the chat right now, you need to appreciate the Scottish copypasters coming in support of their boy. And thanks to everybody viewing. I know that we have enough of you to have turned my logo green. Thanks all, hope you're having a wonderful evening, enjoying these games, and hoping that we get a few more of them. Alright, Gasoliona. Take whatever they're on. Boroshin's been finding quite a lot of luck with these grabs. Maybe he should try to open up just the normal throw game a bit. So it means that if you're landing those grabs, that Paladin is sitting and waiting. But gotta not do it after you do down A, because he knows you're gonna try and micro dash up for a button. But Paladin with the perfectly spaced air. Falcon? I don't know what her fireballs are called. Air fireball. And opens the round with the horrible, horrible Yuri jump arc into who knows if it's going to cross up. And I wonder if Paladin knows that Vapor Cannon is punishable on block. But it doesn't help him that round. But Leona gets taps into Quick Max into not a super again. It's one of those mint moments that I kind of feel for Paladin, because pad players do not have it easy. And I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but Boroshin not respecting Paladin's frame advantage and pressing in between. And it's the story of this set, I think, is that Leona's pressed buttons, Boroshin pressed not respecting afterwards, and it didn't work out for him. But overhead into damage. How much meter is he going to spend? Because this is going to scale to buggery. Is it even going to kill? I think if he does the level 3, it probably will. Didn't get fish. Immediate damage nerf. Not even close. Paladin with the EX Moonslasher, but everybody jumps when Yamazaki is holding the charge. Because it's always the up one. Always. And they still always jump. But round start QCD. That button is so good. And no punish on the up kicks. In their infinite wisdom, SNK decided that up kicks, the second hit, was going to be only -4 on block. So very few characters can actually punish it. And Paladin's CD. His CD usage is absolutely impeccable. His meaty timing, however, might have just cost him the match. Oh, Boroshin with the Hail Mary Shatter Strike, but he jumps into the EXDP. It's looking kind of peak. Just the whiffed button gives Paladin the set. That is a 5-2 to Paladin. That is the end of our set. And that is the end of our evening. I really enjoyed that one. Thank you to both players, and well done everybody who played today. You all played great, made my life easy. The stream didn't fall apart. Somehow. And I hope everybody at home's had a great evening, enjoyed the games. And all that's left for me to do now is to remind you that we have a Matcherino for our players. If you would like to contribute to the prize pool, then I'm sure they would appreciate all of it. Super just thrown in $15, shout outs to him. And the other thing that is left for me to do is to declare the Player of the Week, winning it by 1 vote. It was that close, with all of the fans from both sides coming in. It is... No, that's Paladin versus Boroshin in the background. Oh well. It is Air. Congratulations to Air on that victory. And I don't know why it's playing that in the background instead of the video, but I was immediately after I said the stream wasn't cursed and everything worked well. I had to Finch's curse myself. So, thank you all. I hope everyone's had a great evening. We will be back next week with week 7, the penultimate week. Thank you for everyone who joined us, for everybody who subscribed, resubscribed, came in with the copy pastas. I'm going to take those and put them into a command next week so you can spam them at will. And just everyone that came in and saw us. If you want to see more action, there is an upload of the week's sets that happened off stream already on YouTube. If you hit !YouTube in the chat, it'll point you in the right direction. Or if you find me on Instagram, you will see highlights during the week as they happen. But we'll be back next week, and I shall bid you all good night. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.